Okay, guys, this is my finished look. My hair, like I said, my daughter did it. There she is. Yeah, I'll insert some video footage of us at the dinner so you guys can see us. And yeah, remember to subscribe to my channel, Simmons Life Special. Like I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a co-worker. Your co-worker tell her family. Just get the word out about Simmons Life Special. We're doing big things over here, so come holla at me. See ya. Hello, guys. So I'm back. I've been away for just a hot second, but like I said in my intro, my husband and I are on our way to a dinner. It is called a foreign missions banquet dinner, and they have them every year to raise money for foreign countries. And so we are going. My husband is actually a newly elected official for our state. And so we really just wanted to make sure we were there for that. And then my father, who is a bishop for our organization, I think I told you guys before, our organization is Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, PAW, aka PAW, I'm sorry. Most people know us by just PAW. And so anyway, my dad is a diocesan bishop for Costa Rica, which is obviously a foreign country. So we are going to that. It is a formal banquet, so yeah, it will be really nice. It's just a nice opportunity to get your best dressed and just have a nice time, nice dinner. My sister, who is also married to a pastor, are usually there as well. She does not live in the same city as me anymore because when she got married, she moved to another city in Jackson. And I'm sorry, in Michigan. And it is called Jackson, Michigan, is where she lives now. And so we'll see her there. Her husband will probably sit at the same table. It should be cool. I think it dropped. But a few of my actual local church members will be attending as well, which is cool too. So just thought I would hop on and do a get ready with me and kind of, just have an upbeat conversation. The last conversation that we had was super heavy. And so I was like, I'm in a good mood. We're going to get pretty and, just go have a great time. Just me and my man. Actually, my daughter is going to. She's she's technically my goddaughter, but I don't even look at her or think of her as such. She is my baby, just like my boys. And so she's going to be going as well. So yeah, I was like, let me hop on here and let's have a fun, light conversation. I can tell you guys how I met my husband now. Which is a pretty cool story. We actually went to high school together, and I will try to list all the items that I'm using in the description box below. Okay, sorry. But yeah, so we actually went to high school together. He graduated 2 years before me. And we knew each other in high school. He actually tried to kind of holler at me in high school. But at the time, I called myself having a little boyfriend. So I was like, yeah, no, I can't talk to you. I got a man, you know. And so we laugh about that now because it's like he always says that I was like, ew, no, because my boyfriend has good hair or whatever. It was not like that, but he's crazy. He just likes to be funny and say that it was, but that most certainly was not what it was. It was just I had a boyfriend at the time, and so, you know, we just didn't talk. But he was super funny in school. Like, he used to make everybody laugh. And he didn't end up coming to my school until his senior year. He went to a different school in our town, and he had gone there his whole life. And like I said, his senior year, he decided to come to the school that I was going to because at the time we had a better basketball program. He really wanted to play basketball, so he was like, you know, if I go there, I might have a better shot at scholarships, so on and so forth. It didn't work out that way, but, you know, God always has his plan. And what's that saying, like, when we tell God our plans, he laughs or whatever? That's so true. So true. But anywho, so yeah, I knew him, you know, from high school, whatever. But after he graduated, about 2 years later, I would say, he ended up moving to Jackson, Mississippi. He went to Jackson State. And I have to pause for a second because I've been using the GRWM. Hoping you guys can see that. The GRWM eye primer. And I am freaking loving this eyeshadow primer. It is really good. But anyway, wait. Okay, before I get back to my story, I don't know if I told you guys this. I'm sorry, my phone is ringing, but I don't know if I told you guys this, but my oh my god, my phone ringing is throwing me completely off, and it's probably my husband. Okay, hold on, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Anywho, so I just finished priming, and I'm gonna be using the Juvia's Place, the Warrior palette by Juvia's Place. Mine looks all beat up, but anyway. So, excuse me. So yeah, he moved to Jackson, Mississippi, and he went to Jackson State. And that's where he graduated from. Jackson State University. Graduated with his bachelor's. And yeah, so it's crazy because he was in Jackson. He was married. He was pastoring a church in Jackson called Fresh Anointing, Church of God in Christ. yeah, just living his best life. I think I talked to him maybe once when he lived there. Like while he was married, and I was obviously married the first time. He had reached out to me because it's so crazy. It probably was like in 2007 or 2008, somewhere around there. But he reached out to me because my ex used to like gospel rap. Yeah, don't laugh at me, but because it's super corny when you think about it now. But anywho, he used to like gospel rap, right? So he reached out to me because he wanted him to come and do something at some kind of service he was having in Mississippi. And so we never, ended up going or anything. But yeah, that was the only time I had talked to him. And that was just like via Facebook inbox or whatever. I'm using this middle color right here. And this is really just kind of like my everyday when I do wear makeup. So I'm using this right here on my lid. And then in my top of my crease, I use the natural color. So anywho, yeah, so that was like the one and only time we had talked, and that was probably like in 2007 or 2008, somewhere around there, right? So we just lived our separate lives. I had never even thought about him. I'm sure he never even thought about me. It was just crazy, like we just never even thought nothing. We knew each other, but that was just like the extent of things, right? So fast forward, I'm going through my divorce, and at the time I'm kind of talking to another guy who was coincidentally a bishop, a pastor as well. And so and he was like one of my exes, so it was kind of familiar territory at the time, just going through a rough patch, with my divorce and all. And yeah, so it was kind of comfortable for the time being, right? So anywho, that was like 2019. So finally, I'm finally divorced. The guy that I was kind of dating, during that time, we had broke up, obviously, and I was single. So I was going through this thing where I was like, okay, Lord, like, I know what I want in life, and I know what you promised me, and I am grateful for that promise, but I know that I need to get myself in the place that I need to be in order to be ready for the next chapter of my life, or the next place. I'm going. If you bless me to be married again, I have to be happy, healed enough to be what that husband needs me to be, but more so just be where God wants me to be. So I went through a healing process, and I'm not gonna say that was easy. And if you guys want a video on just kind of like what I went through during that time, just let me know. Just comment down below and let me know. But yeah, okay, so in the palette it's the darkest brown. So anywho, I went through this healing journey, and I was like, I'm not talking to nobody. I don't want any other things. I just want to heal. I want to be happy, healed, and whole. I don't want anything temporary to fill up the time. None of the things. I want what God has for me. And in order to get that, I have to do what God needs me to do and be where He needs me to be in order to be able to send the man that I am supposed to live the rest of my life with, right? So, I went through this journey, and it was hard, it was difficult, it was lonely, it was, all of the things, but the most important thing, it was necessary. Like, period, point blank, it was necessary. And at the end of that journey, I ended up opening a brand new Facebook page. So I had a Facebook before, but when I was going through my divorce, I decided to deactivate that page because I was like, I just don't want to accidentally come up on a comment or a status or just anything that's referencing me, because I know how people are. Like I said before in my video before this, how, the church folks just kind of talked about me and stuff. So for me, it was just like, I'm already, this is already hard enough. I have children to transition as well. And so at that time, I just made the decision to deactivate that page. And if I ever, wanted to get back on social media at that time, I would just open up a brand new page. And so after I went through that healing process, y'all gonna be mad at me, but this is that same little Urban Decay eyeliner. And I have a new one, but here it is. I'm gonna show y'all, because y'all probably like, she lying, she ain't got no new one. Okay, I had a brand new, can you see this? It is Urban Decay. You see that? Urban Decay. It's the exact same one, but I'm like, shoot, this one still has blood in it, so I'm gonna use it. Okay, judge your mama, not me. Okay. Anywho, so I started a new Facebook page, and of course now, because I'm not newly, but I'm single now, like all the way single. I was just getting a lot of suitors, just a lot of inboxes, a lot of guys just trying to get at me, right? And so I kind of tried to date. It was already weird and awkward for me because I had been married, just about 14 years before I got divorced. And so it was weird. It was awkward. And I was just like, oh my God, what do I say? What do I do? How do I act? Like, I don't know. It's a different time. It's a different era. And it was just weird. So anywho, I was just kind of entertaining a little bit, nothing major, dates, whatever. But I knew that I wasn't settling for anything. So I think I may have went on like 2 dates. But then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that to myself. I'm not going to do that just because I'm lonely and or bored, whatever. Like, I want to be in a place that God can send me my husband, period. So this is the NYX white eyeliner, and I'm going to put it in my waterline. So so then I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do that. So I stopped doing that. And at this point, I'm just chilling. It's just me and my kids. I had moved back home with my parents during my divorce. So I was at home with my parents at the time. And, just kind of figuring out my next chapter in life. Loving my children. Building them up as much as possible. Getting them therapy and help. Just whatever needed to happen, because I wanted to make sure that they were good. That was like one of my most important jobs, because now I'm a single mother. And that's a transition, because they're just always identified, because that was my identity, a wife and a mother, And so now all of a sudden I'm a single mother, and I'm raising 3 boys by myself. So nevertheless, I just filled up my time with them. We did stuff. I took them on dates by themselves. So they would have individual time with me, I would do it with all three of them together, but I would do it with just one at a time as well, because I wanted them to, have an environment where they could talk to me about whatever they wanted to talk to me about. And I wanted them to know that they were still my number one priority, period. Besides God, they were my number one priority. So I never wanted them to lose sight of that. And so, I just built them up. We just did stuff, and I allowed the time to heal and to grow and to mature and to understand myself more and why I did things and why I didn't do things. And it really put me in a position where I could see myself very clear, and I knew exactly why this happened the way it did, and why this happened the way it did, and the mistakes in it and the good things in it, so I'm like, okay, now I know what to do, what not to do, how to do it. I know what I need, and I know what I want. And the most important thing, it was just like, what God wants for me and what I want are one and the same now. And what I need is what I wanted too, and that makes a difference as well, because we don't always want what we need, right? But I was at the place where I was like, I want exactly what I need, period, so yeah, I knew I was ready, but it was in God's timing. So anyway, I started this new page, Facebook page, and probably like a week after I started it, he inboxed me, and he was like, you look like you haven't aged since high school. Still looking really pretty. How are you? So I was like, okay. Okay, man. So I responded, and I was like, hey, thank you. You looking good yourself. I'm great. How's life treating you? What's new, like what's been up or whatever. So, sorry, it was just a text message. So, he was like, oh, nothing, I would have to bring out my phone, because I saved that message. I still have the interaction between us two. So call me corny, but who cares? I kept that, and I still have it. So anywho, just a little small talk, and then we got on the conversation of marriage. And so he was like, you still married, and I'm like, no. Been divorced, about almost 2 years now. So yeah, so I was like, you still married? And he was like, no, he's been divorced. At that time, he had been divorced since like 2013, I think. I probably shouldn't say the year, but it was like 7 years at the time he had been divorced. I'm going to use the Kiss glue for my lashes. So, anywho, we just having, small talk, whatever. And so he says, it was nice catching up with you or whatever. Would you mind if we talked again? So I'm like, oh, sure. So I inboxed him my phone number, and he called me. Well, I think we ended up texting that night, but the next day he called me when he got out of work. And we talked, and it was so crazy because I had been anticipating a phone call all day, right? And in my mind, I'm like, what do I talk about? Like, I am, when it comes to stuff like that, I'm super duper corny. So I'm like, what do I talk about? I do not know what to say, how to say it, you know. Oh my God. Because again, this is somebody brand new. I ain't never dated him. So it wasn't, somebody that already knew me on that level or whatever. So I'm just like scared. Not really scared, but just nervous, right? So, anywho, he calls me, and to my shock, our conversation was so easy. It flowed. Oh, y'all probably can see up my nose. I'm so close. Oh, sorry, y'all. Okay, but anyways, it was so easy. Like, it was comfortable. It was like we have been talking for forever. Not like I ain't talked to this man in 20 years and he fine as all get up and I'm nervous as ever. You know what I'm saying? And him thinking the same thing. Our conversation just flowed. He kept me cracking up. And literally from that first conversation, I felt like, okay, it's something different about this. Like, it is something different about this. So the more we talked, the more I was like, okay, why are you like literally, my father when it comes to certain things, like just some of the stuff he said. Now, if you guys remember in the first or my video before this, I was telling you guys that I was literally looking for the opposite of my dad. And that was just because of the place that, we were in at the time. I wasn't thinking straight, of course. But now, I'm evolved. I'm grown. I know what I need. And I need somebody like my dad, right? And so, of course, we all have a list. And I most certainly had a list. And at the time, he wasn't living in Mississippi anymore. He was living in Atlanta. I'm in my little old town in Michigan. So, this is just a little blurb insert off the story, or just kind of coming away from the story for a second. But I want women to know that you do not have to move to where you think a man is or where you think, child, the Lord is going to send you your husband. That is exactly what's going to happen. Because I promise you, in the sea of women that's in Atlanta, my little old self over here in this little town, guess what? The Lord sent him right to me. He found me. Okay? I didn't have to go looking. I didn't have to move. I didn't have to go anywhere. He came right to me where I was. Period. Now, I'm not, and that's not to say, you can't move women or whatever, but I'm just saying, don't do it because you think it's more men there. You think what's for you is for you, and the Lord will send him right to you. Okay? So anyways, we conversated. It just felt like we had been talking the whole time. Like, it was just so comfortable. And it felt so easy. So, like, I want to say like a month after of us just talking back and forth on the phone, he was like, I want to come see you. I'm like, cool, Like, he ain't gonna come. Yeah, this man got off work and drove 13 hours from Atlanta, Georgia to my little town in Michigan to come see you, girl. Now, don't tell me what God won't do. Okay? So, it's crazy, right? This is the first time he coming to see me. And it is Sunday. Now, at the time, this is the pandemic time, right? So, this is like the start of the pandemic. literally the start of the pandemic is when we started talking. So in March. And so he had told me anyway that he had planned to come to come to Michigan because where I lived at, because his dad still lives here. And him and his father's birthday is on the same day. So their birthday was coming up and he wanted to come here to surprise his dad because he had not been here in over 20 years. Just thought that was important for me to throw in. And so he was like, this just gives me, more of a reason to come or whatever. So anyways, he gets here and it's crazy because I'm the first person he sees. We hang out and it's so comfortable. It's so like, it just flows. It just flows. And so, okay, I'm going to mix the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation in N50 with the Makeup Forever HD foundation in 4N62. I don't know if y'all can see that. And I'm mixing them because my Makeup Forever is pretty much gone. And I need to buy another one. I just haven't been out to Sephora to do that yet. So I'm like scraping to get this out. But this is literally like my staple, my favorite foundation right now. It is amazing. It's beautiful. The finish is amazing. So anywho, I'm like, so anyways, he comes, he sees me first, and it is I think it was a Saturday when he got here. He drove all them hours here. He didn't even want to get sleep before seeing me. But yeah, he got here, it was a Saturday, and so next day is Sunday, but it's the pandemic, so I went to church, but the only people that were at church was just literally my father, who's the pastor, my mom, and me. And that's because my mom and I were singing. So he did not, obviously he didn't come to church or anything because, like I said, we were technically closed. So yeah, so I'll clean this off. So after church, we linked up and he was like, I'm gonna go to my dad's house and see him. And I was like, oh, okay, well, you could just drop me off to my car or whatever. He was like, no, I want you to go with me. I'm like, what? He said, what? Nah. So I'm tripping because I'm thinking like, this your first time coming to see me or whatever. But when God does something, y'all, it's just not no time limit on, how he does things and what time, it's just, God is just amazing. So anyways, we go to his dad's house. Unbeknownst to me, he had conversations with his dad about me or whatever. His dad, of course, was like, oh, okay, she comes from a really good family, blah, blah, blah. And so his dad welcomed me with open arms, which felt great, too, because I was nervous. I ain't met nobody daddy in a long time, okay? So I'm, like, super nervous. But anyway, that was super comfortable. And so almost the rest is history. Like he was supposed to leave that Monday, but he did not want to leave me. So he ended up staying a little bit longer. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I needed to kind of put a rush on things, so all I did was set my face with those two powders that I showed you, and I added to set the rest of my face, baked under my eyes and stuff. But to set the rest of my face, I used the KVD powder, and let me see, KVD powder in Deep 200. I hope you guys can see that. And I really like that foundation powder. It's really nice. Okay, but anywho, so proposed to me December, and we got married May 30th. Well, we had a wedding May 30th of 2021. So we always say to each other, I mean, we know what we went through was necessary, but we always say to each other, like, man, I wish you would have found me sooner, because we could have just experienced this genuine happiness a long time ago. But, you know, in retrospect, you would like to think that, but, and this is just the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. I love it because it just picks up and coats every one of those bottom hairs. Y'all see that? But yeah, we know what we went through was necessary to get to where we are now, because neither one of us would be who we are today if it wasn't for what we went through before. So what we went through was necessary for this season of our life. And so what I can say is I am absolutely madly in love with my husband. I don't just love him, I am madly in love with him. He is an amazing man. Everything is not perfect. Obviously, no relationship is perfect, but he is perfect for me. He has a lot of characteristics of my dad. This is the Juvia's Place blush, and I'm just gonna kind of dip into both colors. But it's the, what number is this? It's the volume 5. But yeah, he has attributes of my father, and he's an amazing man of God. I am grateful, you know, that he found me, and I am grateful that God created him for me and me for him. And I'm just using the Wet n Wild, which I'm loving, highlighter in my inner tear duct. I like to just use the highlighter I'm using on my face in my inner tear duct as well. But this is the Wet n Wild highlighter. I'm sorry, this is so horribly filthy, powdery. But yeah, it's getting powder on my hands. But anywho, yeah, it's the Golden Flower Crown is the one I'm putting on now. So I kind of go between the Golden Flower Crown and the Precious Metals one too, because I really like that one too, actually. Just gonna kind of throw a little bit of that on too. I think I might use this one as my actual highlighter because I like it. Where's my brush at? Nah, my brush is always sitting right here. The devil is a lie when I'm in a hurry. That always seem to happen. Don't that always seem to happen whenever you're in a hurry? You can't find nothing? The devil is stupid. Okay, anywho, I'm just gonna use this Morphe I ain't got my glasses on, M448 brush to highlight the rest of my face. So just a little bit of highlight. Well, not my cheekbone, my forehead, a little bit on my nose. And I already showed you guys me contouring, and the contour powder was Juvia's Lace as well. I think it was the deep one. Anywho, I'm going to a dinner, so let me highlight a little extra. Okay. So, no, seriously, where's my regular brush though? Don't y'all hate when that happens? Like as soon as you're in a hurry, the devil just always tries. He tries it. He just does stupid stuff. And then that's just a shirt I had on. I threw it on the back of my chair. So, anyways, yeah, he always trying stupid stuff. Right when you in a hurry, he just want to get stupid. Oh, I wanted to kind of blend my eyebrows out front, so it could just look as natural as possible. And then we are going to set with the Morphe setting powder first. Yeah, my daughter did my hair, which she usually always does my hair. That girl is the truth. Okay, anyway. Okay, I like to use that. And then I like to use my e.l.f. Probably too much setting powder or setting spray. So I like to use my e.l.f. All Day Blue Light Micro Setting Mist. I like to use that as well. Just for the longevity of it, I like this setting spray too, but I don't do much. And then I like to use my e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist, and obviously it's obvious why I use this one, for the dewiness or whatever. So e.l.f., I'm telling y'all, holla at your girl. I got the hookup for y'all. Holla if you hit me. It's like, nah. But okay, so I'm gonna do my hair, I'm gonna do my lips, do my hair, get dressed. And then I'll come back to close out the video. Hi, you guys. So as I'm editing this, I completely forgot I did not do a close. So I just wanted to come out here really quick and just say thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, Simmons Life Special. We got some great stuff coming ahead. Please tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. That friend tell a coworker, that coworker tell a family member, that family member tell another family member, so on and so forth. Just get the word out about Simmons Life Special. We're doing big things over here. Thank you.